in the top right on ley lines, it's She's Maniac, aka uThermal, and in the bottom left, it's Rumeith. I'm gonna call him Rumeith, I guess. I'm not sure, Rumeith, who this guy is. I haven't seen this ID before, actually. But apparently, he's a very strong player. So Def Mars is a Russian, right? Okay, we got this one. From the 3D clan, who's Rumeith. Check him. Rumeith. Not really a... Doesn't really have a Wikipedia page. One of those unsung heroes. Rumeith. Alright, Rumeith. Is he Korean, do you know? No, uThermal did... I guess he did random? I actually forgot to check the loading screen. Oh, it doesn't say because it's replays, right? I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the loading screens at all. The second best amateur EVO Zerg in Korea after Ribbon. Oh, that's pretty cool. So Rumeith. And he is playing StarCraft 2, of course, versus the StarCraft Brood War Terran. Now, can that Terran work against Banelings is the question. These Marines look so cool, man. They shoot from the hip. You haven't noticed, they really shoot from the hip. The SC2 Terrans, I think they shoot from the shoulder. I was always a fan of the hip shooting here. Academy Rush. 2 racks Academy Rush. This is very Brood War-esque. I feel like this is a little bit... like the stuff that Quanta was playing was more adjusted to SC EVO over Brood War, because the economy works a little bit different, right? You have those 12 worker starts, stuff like that, so you can immediately go into 3 racks and that academy. But I guess uThermal is just gonna play that literally Brood War style 2 barracks academy opening. And he's gonna walk across the map. Aiming is overrated indeed. Also, uThermal is SC Brood War Terran and SC2 random. So if he has to play Brood War, he plays Terran chosen, and if he gets SC2, he plays random. Got it. That makes a lot of sense. Now one medic, he does he have Stim? Yeah, he already has Stim. Oh man, those Stim timings are insane, yeah. Can you actually handle this? I mean, he has queens, a couple queens, looking good against those Marines, actually doing a lot of damage, but in the end, as soon as they overpower... Now 3 medics here with this group. Oh my god, this is already so much damage. This is insane. There's a couple more Marines coming in here. I think because of the Marine medic and the Stim timing, he's playing SC Brood War Terran. Now we do have a big amount of links. There's no firebat with this push. So maybe this can get overwhelmed. What is Rumeith doing here? He's completely abandoning this base, but this also does have the Baneling nest. Now can he clear this up with a few Banes? Gonna come in now, and some nice splitting here from uThermal. He knows what he needs to do. Still gonna lose a few units, and we do see more Banelings rallying in here. Still though, this army is unbroken. Range is about to finish up here. Bunker behind that wall. The wall shouldn't get broken as well without any Bane's support here. And first hatchery is gonna fall. Now can he still make this work? He's gonna eventually lose this Baneling nest because it's gonna bleed out at some point. That Marine medic is so strong. He's gonna Stim again, and this now should get broken. Finally, one Bane is gonna connect. Rumeith could retake this position if he wants to. He kinda needs to get the Baneling nest eventually rolling again there, or he's gonna lose that one. It's unfortunate. He has a bunch of links. Can he break this entrance? Now uThermal is making a few bunkers behind this, and I love it. Getting a couple of firebats out now. Are we gonna see that Baneling transformation? I don't feel like he needs to. Could probably just play this from behind. He's not that far behind, he's a Zerg player after all. If he just retakes this area... Oh boy, oh, we did miss that. big fire bat. Barbecue. My god. And it's even healable. I feel like this is a little bit overpowered though. That should not occur. They should not be able to heal through a barracks wall. I get it that the barracks have like these kind of, how do you say, rectangular shapes where they are not pathable. But that felt a little bit too powerful there. The medic healing it from behind the barracks wall. I don't think the medic range is that big in Brute War, right? Actual Brute War. Maybe you should get a look at that medic healing range again. Now this guy is extremely fast, man. He's just running in front of that bio. He doesn't care about the rest of the pack. He just is so fast, the medic. Coming in again here, Rumeith is kind of, yeah, struggling, and he has to GG. uThermal takes the first one. Wow, that was a swift one. 6-minute game. Pooh. I feel like, though, Rumeith wasn't really that committed in his bailing approach there. So, not sure. This one is going to be uThermal as a random SC2, and Rumeith playing the SC Brute War Zerg. That's actually kind of crazy, though. I feel like a random has a lot of potential here, right? Especially with Brute War builds kind of being so tailored for that race matchup. I feel like you have a big advantage here. Destructible ice crates. It's the same. Where are they though? I haven't seen them yet. Well, in the bottom left we do have uThermal, in the top right it's Rumeith. And uThermal ruled Terran, which was his main race. Can he make that happen? Is he gonna go into Mass Hellions? Blue Flame? Is that an option? Not sure. uThermal took out Dark in the last event. Yeah. uThermal is a great player. Yeah, SC2 is so used to say bottom left and stuff. I mean, for me, it's so I'm so bad with those directions, anyways. So I'm just using what I'm used to. But yeah, I'm not gonna go with the clock now. I finally got it like to a decent point because I feel like those introductions, I don't like them anyways. So, and those are like the worst part of my casting. So I'm like rolling with that. Where I'm at this point, so. And in a map like this, it makes sense, man. Bottom left, top right. There's only 4 spawning locations, there's 4 corners of a square, so. Perfect. On those 3 player maps, that's actually very difficult. Because then it makes a lot of sense, like 12 o'clock against, I don't know, 4 o'clock or something. What do we have? What do we have here? This is 6... 7, I guess? 7 against, what, 1 or something? No, 11? 7 against 11? Would that be correct? Not sure. Something like this. Okay, but we do see Rumeith actually going for this 3 hatchery approach. I've seen this before from Dark, so I'm not a stranger to this build. Going very early 3 hatch here, and just try to gobble up as many resources or locations basically with those production facilities. Oh, top right? Did I say top right? Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, it doesn't matter. Top against bottom. Yeah, and the macro hatch behind this as well. Love to see it. Love to always see more like macro hatch plays. I really think it favors... It's like an unexplored path of the Zerg race, kind of. Oh, I finally found those things. Protoss crate. Those are the ones, huh? There we go. So they are destructible and they do block something. And they have a Terran heart. Protoss thing. Protoss crate with a Terran heart. There may be things inside of them. Raids. Actually? Might as well get a mining base, yes. That does expose yourself though, right? If you are sitting on 2 bases, you can just cover one entrance with a sunken like this, and then you're gonna be fine. But like that, now you have to also defend this base from these Hellions running in, so... Let's see how Rumeith is gonna do this. Gonna utilize links for now. Speed is gonna finish up. Now, are you gonna go for Blue Flame? Hell Flame, yeah. And I feel the answer is yes. He's making that extra factory. He's already swapping this over for the tech lab. And I think Blue Flame should be the answer, but does the Hydra count as light? Need to check on that one. Those Hydras are gonna pop here. Getting into that Hydra speed. And there's a Hydra. It's only biological, so they don't deal bonus damage. They only deal 8 damage against the Hydras. Of course, they could still fight the Hydras in a clump, but 80 HP, 8 damage, that's 10 shots. So that's actually a lot. And even that Blue Flame is not gonna help you here. He's going actually into Cyclones. So this is the battle mech. Alright. He still has this Marine with him. That's kind of cool to deter this Overlord. Is this gonna work out though? I feel like this Hydra should just be too powerful. I mean, he's gonna have speed here in a moment. And it's so cheap, right? It's like 75-25. It's super cheap. It's only 1 supply. You can literally make 200 of these guys. If you want to. So, I'm not a big fan of this battle mech approach, honestly. But let's see where he's gonna take it. No, Hydra range also coming online. Oh, fast, man, they're fast. Hellions trading against this Hydras, yeah, not a good trade. And they're actually fast, so they can really break those lock-ons very, very quickly, as you saw there. Gonna get one of these Hydras. Ah, there we go. Now he's gonna move in, he's gonna snipe those Cyclones, Rumeith, but he'll still lose all of this Hydra stuff. But I feel like it's so beefy, it felt like so beefy. And in the end, this also comes down to production facilities, right? Let's have a look at what we actually have. We have 3 factories with 2 tech labs. That means whenever he can kill a Cyclone, it's definitely gonna worth it, because then he eventually will out-snowball the Terran army. This is so difficult here to make work properly, because you really want to get a snowball going on the Terran side of things, but with this Hydra and the reproducibility of that one, and the cheapness of it, you should never really get there, in my opinion at least. That's what my amateur brain says to me here in this moment of the game, while looking at this. And it doesn't feel like uThermal is getting anywhere with this. He's losing, he's always kind of trading unit for unit, and now he might get intercepted as well. Uh-oh. Rumeith might have has his numbers here. Oh, I think he just got scouted though. That's a good scout. He's trying to make more factories. He's actually making them though on the other side. I think these crates do block you, right? Now Hydras needs to trade. He should probably try to focus on the Cyclones, because that's the actual unit that is expensive and that is not expandable in this group, that you really want to get to snowball. And that's the one unit that actually does kill these Hydras, so... Can he get maybe a nice interception here? No, a little bit miss micro here. Gonna still focus on those Hellions. But yeah, Cyclone number is growing, and that's a concerning thing to see. Hellions, you can reproduce as many as you want. Can Rumeith keep this stabilized? He's actually quite far down in army supply at this point. Still making only Hydra. +1 is about to finish up though. That's gonna be a nice addition here. Just a few more seconds out. And on the other side, finally starting these upgrades. I feel like going for so early Cyclones, he definitely must have forgotten about this mag field accelerator here. Probably already wanted to have that one with this army. Blue Flame makes sense to come in later, but I think like you want to get the mag field earlier. Now look at that. Look at how good those Hydras are against these Cyclones. Doesn't feel fair, to be honest, man. They're just way too good. It's just pouncing on top of him. That's what I said. I don't like this composition. I don't think you can beat StarCraft Brute Force Zerg reliably with that one. uThermal is probably gonna get kind of driven out of the game here in a moment. Maybe he stabilizes, but this is so much damage already. We can have a look at the resources lost in a little bit, but these guys are so efficient. Insane. Let's check it out. And he's just barely lost more. Is he actually mining more? Yeah, he's actually out mining uThermal by quite a bit. Now finally the first tanks here in the mix. Now tanks, I like this story a little bit more here for uThermal, of course, but as I said, man, these cyclones, I feel like that's a big waste. It's just a waste of investment. Finally the Mac field is complete after he loses 8 cyclones, right? So that's also not great. He still makes cyclones, but only single filed or double filed right now. Most of it is tank production. He loses another triple set of cyclones. Hellions trying to be annoying here in that base, and it's gonna be nice and annoying, but I mean, actually he can't really kill any probes because there's no probes, of course. There's only drones. And they are safe because they regen. No. Of course, but because of the micro there from Rumeith, kind of keeping them safe and having those sunkens in place now. One Hydra to best that last Hellion as well. Rumeith again, he's just like keeping uThermal off that third base. uThermal is having such a difficult time to push out and take this base actually. Now there we go, 10 queens. He had such a big bank, now he's gonna finally utilize that one. That's also a very good counter to mech, right? Queens, Broodling. Does he already have Broodling? Actually check, I don't think he does. Generate meiosis. What is that? Generate meiosis. Need to check a queen that's gonna pop here in a moment. Oh, it doesn't show the spells. Okay, so I hope he already got Broodling. Well, I know what it is, but what does it do in this specific situation? Now he's gonna try to break this. Oh, there we go. It's energy. Okay, there we go. And Broodling. So that's the energy upgrade for the queen. So it pops with 75 energy, I guess, right? And not with 50. It's gonna have any, I think 125. It's the correct, if it's the correct or the same one from Brood War, it should be 125. Now, can he actually break this push before it's gonna break him? I think yes. He has so many queens. And you don't need to clone them, right? You can just like, it's smart cast. You just click them through them. If you can kill these cyclones, you could even Broodling these cyclones. Now he also has a bunch of Hydralisks, 40 Hydralisks, that's a lot of them. I hear like laser sound somewhere. Oh, that's the one. There we go, he's shooting something. One of the benefits of StarCraft 2 engine, definitely the smart cast here. And that makes Brood War as well way more powerful than it used to be, right? And there we go, Queen's coming in here. Love the angle. And he will kill this in an instant. Look at that, man. It's so powerful. Oh, it's just click and death, click and death, click and death, click and death. And all of them are gone. And now he's gonna come in with 42 Hydralisks. Even this one Broodling. That thing has... Oh yeah, they used to have like this insane longevity, right? 80 seconds, 4 damage. Crazy. Now that's a big ball here to engage, big balls to engage in this area, but he's still gonna win this. GG, well played. Rumeith is gonna take this second map here. Getting the acknowledgement of uThermal. Now we will have ourselves a third map. It's gonna be Whispers of Gold. Should you guys maybe think about grabbing some of the Brood War maps? Sorry, not the Wings of Liberty maps, which have been so crazy as well. There's some Cloud Kingdom, Daybreak, you know, which would be nice. Let's also utilize that nostalgia. Let's hop into the third map. In the top left we do have Cheese Maniac, and in the bottom right, this Rumeith. Now Cheese Maniac, of course, being uThermal, he's back to play a Brood War again. Loses choice, so it's his choice. Can he manage to break Rumeith again here with this Stim timing? May need to be remastered. Maybe, yeah. Oh, map makers for sure didn't know how to make maps in Brood War. But it feels like the maps we see in the ladder pool these days are also not great. They are all this kind of the same ideas. I really like some of the maps who didn't make it into the map pool. Like the worker-only pathing, stuff like that, you know. There's a lot of them that actually utilize that, but none of them made it into the map pool because they're so strange, and the pro players basically decide what comes into the pool, and then they decide, hey, wait, this is weird and new, and it forces me to think outside of my my meta. No, thank you. But don't underestimate the value that nostalgia does bring to the table, even though those maps actually, most of them are quite terrible from the Brood War, sorry, the Wings days. But one thing I learned watching more than 20 years of StarCraft Brood War, terrible maps do keep a game fresh. It needs to be different kinds of terrible though. And it just forces everyone to do something completely different. Now this is the same again. Academy Rush, 2 racks, Stim timing, 1 medic. Go and hit him. Now Rumeith can of course blind counter this. By just making a Bailing Nest, maybe like making a spine, something like that, as an anchor or some. I'm not sure how you exactly blind counter this correctly, but there should be some tools you have here. Now, by the way, guys, have you ever thought about checking with a drone? Like, you start as SC2 with a lot of drones, your drone mechanic is quite good. Why don't you just send out one of your first 12 drones and scout the Terran base, and then check if he actually goes to make a factory? Oh, sorry, academy. For some reason I'm always calling it different names. I used to call it armory, now it's factory. Now this 6 marine, 1 medic pushout is commencing here. The SCV is gonna come with this group, I would love to see it actually. Get some blocking in there. And this time we see a couple of spine crawlers, a couple of queens, an evolution chamber. No creep, so he's pooling that energy. He utilized lava. And now he's going to utilize a creep gem. I'm not sure if that was the correct timing. He also utilized some lava injects. He's going to pull a few SCVs, but sorry, drones. But this should be kind of a hold here, because I mean he's already killing those marines, and yeah. The last one is gonna walk back. Yeah, he has a kill though, so at least he's not like, you know, he's not like just running from the battle. He actually saw action. No. Range common here. And uThermal is falling back behind the wall. What's gonna be the plan here for Rumeith? He's gonna make a Roach Warren, so he could potentially grab a few Ravagers to try and bust that wall. He's also going into a lair. Maybe he wants to transition into a 3-base play here. Maybe a Nidus is something you could try, for example in this location. But it felt like Roaches aren't actually that great against SC1 Marines, because they kind of traded decently. We already saw a game from, who was it, the first game we saw today? Quanta against, I forgot. Quanta against the Zerg. I forgot, who did you play? God. It was a Russian. Not Milky Cow. Young Yakov, there we go. uThermal's just poking and he's falling back. He's going into a factory, going into a 5 barracks setup. And he should go into a 3rd base. He does not have any engineering base, does he? So there's no +1 with this. He does have a scan now. He's gonna find out about these roaches, but what's the big play here? I mean, +2 armor is gonna be very nice. Very fast +1 armor is already doing probably wonders in this matchup here. You know, this is kind of funny. The roaches are vastly outranged. So if you do this correctly, you should never get hit, right? It's the Terran player. That's a good interception though. uThermal's sleeping a tiny bit here. He's gonna lose a few extra units for that mistake. And I kind of like the physics here. It's like a low G physics. Looks really cool. Like that addition. Not like Abyssal Reef where everything floats to the top because it's underwater, but this one is actually just like ragdolls floating a little bit further than they should. One roach is gonna survive here. 3 HP, man. That was the armor upgrade, definitely saving him there. Siege mode is done. uThermal is finally getting into his engineering bay, but that +1 is gonna be so late, man. He's starting that basically when +2 is about to finish here for our Zerg player. That's a big advantage if you ask me. I feel like especially in a bio-centric matchup, not having those attack upgrades for your bio and actually hitting on or hitting against those defense upgrades, man. Carapace is gonna be so strong for the Carapace player. Going into melee now. Love to see, or love to know if he wants to utilize any of those Ling compositions. Now, also, going into a hive immediately here. I would have loved actually to see a few infestors with that infestation pit, because Fungal Man is actually very powerful against these marine clumps. But Rumeith has a different plan, apparently. I mean, also Broodlord could be kind of good, right? There's nothing really, there's no starport even. There's nothing really that can kill these Broodlords. Broodlord Infestor would be the strategy, right? What is he gonna do with this hive, though? An Ultra's Cavern, okay. That also makes sense. Ultras are pretty strong, very beefy. And they have AoE. They have that cleave damage. So they're actually quite good against this biocentric play here. uThermal does not know about this yet. He doesn't even know about the hive. He only saw the lair. Where's that Ultra Cavern? It's here. It's a little bit spread out. I like that. I like to see stuff like this here from Zerg. And uThermal is just gearing up for a big push here, it seems. He's going into his starport now. But his transitions feel very slow. Now Rumeith has that hive finished up. He should, in my opinion, try to grab that +3 carapace. Because he's already up so high in carapace. And I think, well, if he sees one of those marines and sees they still have no damage upgrades, he would be very happy. Still gonna be +2 ultras with that carapace or chitinous plating. Of course, +2 extra armor. Now, roaches against tanks is not really what you want to see, especially if you don't spread your roaches out. So Rumeith doing a little bit of a kind of freebie giveaway here to uThermal. I hope he checked the upgrades. And it should trigger him to actually try and grab his extra upgrade here. Let's see, so far he's only being on 3 bases though, not really utilizing the potential for that exponential growth as the Zerg player here. Now he's just 3 base ultra. We do see the Irradiate coming online, and uThermal finally see this first Ultralisk. Now, one Ultra is not going to win you the match, especially before Chitinous. He's going to potentially evacuate the space. Why are the drones so slow to go? Now they don't go at all. And the base died so fast. Oh my god, man, those tanks. Now Ultras, can they make this? Can they make this work here? Roaches are counterattacking, and uThermal is falling back with only the bio, exposing the tanks. Is this the time to pounce? uThermal definitely making a mistake here, and Rumeith is gonna see this one. He sees this bio-only force. Maybe he can even intercept these medics. uThermal is really heavily trying to kill these roaches as fast as possible. He knows if he gets overwhelmed at home, there's nothing really he can do. Now, splitting up this army definitely is a big mistake in my opinion. Now, these medics are starting to fall here. We do have a super ultralisk. He has irradiate. He's like freaking, I don't know, Superman right now. He's gonna run into the bio. Run into the bio, please. Just kill the bio. Gonna walk into that bio. He's gonna completely kill all of those with that irradiate, man. Oh my god. uThermal, what have you done? And these tanks trying to kill that ultras. Man, ultras are quite good, right? Aren't they? They look bigger than they should, don't they? I don't know. But I mean, GG, well played. It's gonna take this serious. And the hatchery went to the big hatchery into the sky indeed. Well, there we go, man. That's some wild games, actually. Very powerful stuff. Very fun to see. And I'm looking forward to tomorrow to catch the rest of the games, or at least the next part. Not sure if I can actually do all of them. There's a lot of matches. Ugh.